If I'm a 10-year-old kid at home, give me something to go out and...
Okay, I'll tell you, if you're 10 years old and your coach says get on top of the ball, tell him no. Because in the big leagues, these things that they call ground balls are outs.
Yeah, they don't pay.
They don't pay you for ground.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Anzo. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Josh Donaldson. And yes, if you haven't heard, there are rumors regarding Josh Donaldson, whether the Yankees will DFA him, let him go, because the guy's like hitting $120 or something like that. Ridiculous numbers. He's definitely not the MVP. And again, another horrible decision by Brian Cashman to have him on this team. Yes, we did let go of Aaron Hicks, and look how that turned out. I mean, I think he's doing pretty good with the Orioles.
And that ball is belted by Hicks. High in the air to center field. Headed for the bullpen. His first home run as a right-handed hitter this season. Hicks turns around a baseball. Nearly drilled Keegan Aiken in the process. And the Orioles are right back in front.
But that doesn't really matter. He's off this team. Does it make the team better? Of course. Is the team horrible right now? Yes. But it could be in worse shape if we had Aaron Hicks on the team. But anyways, with Josh Donaldson, he's just another one of those guys. The Yankees have eaten these type of contracts before. You look at A-Rod, you look at Aaron Hicks, you've looked at many different players throughout the Yankees history where they've eaten contracts where the players basically didn't even play, or they were just like, they suck, we got to get rid of this guy. Especially hearing from Hal Steinbrenner that they're definitely going to make some changes later on in the year, or whatever the case is, after they see how everything turns out, especially if they don't make the playoffs or if they do horrible, whatever the case he wants to say. But Josh Donaldson is a part of that problem, and the Yankees, it seems like, could be making that decision to DFA him. Then we got to look at what Aaron Boone has to say, what Cashman had to say, and everything like that. Because, as you know, once you hear from Boone, you're going to hear a bunch of BS probably, and also from Cashman, and then later on you'll see what is really the truth. Right? We saw the same thing with Aaron Hicks, where Aaron Hicks, everyone was saying, well, Boone and Cashman is, he's doing great. He's a great player, blah, blah, blah. He's amazing. We see him in our future, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then the Yankees released him. And that was because of the new front office people that we have there. They're like, dude, these guys suck. So we got to get rid of them. And I think that could potentially happen with Josh Donaldson. But let's take a listen to Aaron Boone, and let's take a listen to Brian Cashman.
With Donaldson, he struggled last year as well. What makes you think he's still an impact bat if he is getting those consistent at-bats?
Well, I'd like to get him some really consistent at-bats before we try to, assess what's going on. Obviously, last year he had a subpar offensive season, but prior to that, he's always been an above-average offensive player. This year, obviously, he got out of the gates, I thought looking good, and then he got hurt, and then he re-aggravated his injury. So he's been down for a long period of time. So I'd like to get him some runway here where he can get some consistent bats and then get on a roll and be in a better position to judge.
Those guys are all going to play a lot. This was something where we're going into an off day, and with JD, I was just wrestling with getting him back in there today into the off day, or just having the full-fledged go into the off day and then let it rip on Tuesday. So it was just a tough decision that I was wrestling with kind of all day yesterday. But I want to get DJ and JD going, and Big G for that matter, rolling like we know they're capable of, and I expect them all to play a lot.
Right before today's game, basically Boone was like, no, he's going to play a lot and all this stuff, and as you just heard, right, he's going to be good there.
The other day, Cashman told us that he wanted Donaldson to get consistent at-bats. Obviously, if he's not playing every day, it's hard to get consistent at-bats. How do you see him getting those consistent at-bats moving forward?
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, this is just a stretch of, I felt like I wanted to give him a couple days, to kind of work through, and that was just kind of my decision on that through this little stretch. But I expect him to get consistent at bats.
And that the reason why Josh Donaldson wasn't in the lineup for the last 3 days is because he needed some rest and he wanted to give him some time and all this stuff.
Where did you leave it? What do you see his role as right now?
As playing a lot, and yeah, he's going to play a lot.
What did he bring up to you? Because we saw him go into.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into what we've talked a lot the last couple days, and a lot of really good stuff, and got into a lot of really good stuff, and I'll just leave it at that. Look, as I've maintained all along with JD, with you guys, and I know, obviously the batting average since he's come back has not been great, but scratch the surface, the underlying, he's hitting the ball hard. I feel like there's a ton in there for him offensively. Obviously, he's tremendous defensively at third. I don't think anyone would argue with that, but, I just want to get him going because I know he can be a key figure for us, and just trying to do our part in kind of unlocking that the best we can.
On top of it, Boone had a private meeting with Josh Donaldson where he didn't want to say what was said in that room. Obviously, he's not going to say anything. But anyways, Josh Donaldson, told the media, nah, I'm not going to talk to you guys. I'm going to head on into Boone's office. And then him and Boone, therefore, had a conversation. And it seems like Boone says, hey, we're on the same page. We had a serious talk. We talked about different things. And, who knows what they're talking about. Oh, hey, Boone, I'm working on a new swing. Or, Boone, I've been working on this. Just trust me, I'll be good. Or, Boone, hey, I'm going to retire. Who knows what the crap he's saying, right?
Is he unhappy about these days off?
He's a gamer. I think he wants, he always wants to play, if he's physically good. And so, yeah, I think he wants in there. He wants to compete. But I also felt like here this weekend was the right thing to do as we head into an off day and into the trip. It's just my call that felt like this was the best move.
Was he understanding of that?
Again, I'm not.
I think it's key to know that Josh will talk after the game. Yeah. So those certainly sound like questions.
He and I are in a really good spot, and again, I'm. He's going to play a lot, and he's going to, and. I know there's a lot in there.
But what Boone does have to say is that, yeah, he's hitting the ball hard. That definitely he's providing good defense. So, again, same BS stuff from Aaron Boone. He has to stay political and say, no, Josh Donaldson is our guy, whatever the case is, even though he's hitting a buck, whatever. And so Josh Donaldson is going to have to try to figure things out because definitely I don't see another team picking this guy up. And on top of it, dude, this guy is doing really, really bad. Really, really bad. And not only that, but obviously Cashman, a week or so ago, said that, hey, he just needs consistent at-bats or whatever the case is. They asked Boone that too, and they were like, yeah, we want to see him consistently hit. We'll put him in the lineup. We just want to give him rest days, blah, 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 and all this stuff. But what I think is going to happen is that, yes, the Yankees will keep him. I don't think they're going to DFA him anytime soon. I think Cashman, again, he doesn't want to be wrong. He wants to have this guy here, and he has the final say on things. Even though we do have these front office guys, these new advisors, I think they're going to push it all the way till the trade deadline, which is just around the corner. It's not too far away. And so because of that, they'll push it along all the way to the trade deadline, and they'll try to find a trade. They're going to try to find a trade to trade this guy away, send him off, maybe even package Oswald Peraza with Josh Donaldson and see if they can send him off. It's going to fail. They're not going to find a way to trade this guy because they had all winter to do it, and no team wanted him. On top of it, he sucks even more this season, so no team is definitely going to want him. And once the Yankees figure that out, they already know it, but they're going to try their best. And then from there, after the trade deadline, I believe they're going to DFA him. We've seen that happen before, and I think it could happen right here, especially when the Yankees start getting serious and they see that they're just barely hanging on. I think that's when they're going to let him go and then bring up a different rookie or someone else, or maybe they acquire someone else in the trade deadline that they have to knock Josh Donaldson out of there and they eat the contract. That's what I think. Let me know your best prediction down below. Do you think Josh Donaldson will get DFA'd pretty soon? I mean, it's up for anyone's guess, really. The Yankees have been operating so weirdly in the sense of, like, you should DFA them, but we're going to take 6 months to do it, you know? That's the Yankees.
Well, I think Aaron Boone has said it perfectly. You know, when you're a hitter at this level and these three guys who are struggling, you're in the grind of it. It's going to happen at some point during a major league season. But for these three guys, it's happening at the same time, which leads to those numbers that you talked about, Nancy. Giancarlo Stanton looks like he's off balance. You know, he's got that closed-off stance, falling out of the box a little bit. DJ LeMahieu, the other night, the first game of the series, I think it was, or maybe the last series, was as off balance as I have ever seen him. So he's got to get back on track. And then Josh Donaldson, it's getting to the point now where he's not playing an awful lot, so it's going to be tough for him. He's got to get his extra work. He's got to get his extra batting practice and figure out mechanically what he has to do to get back on track. But now he's not getting those 4 at-bats every day, so when he gets in a game, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of pressure to perform, so it's not going to be an easy road for Donaldson. They're all looking for that one big swing of the bat, Nancy, to get them back on track.
Would a third-place finish and not making the playoff bring along major changes at the end of the season?
If we can march into the playoffs, 90% of our intended team that we expected to be on the field every day, 90%, and everybody's got injuries, but let's say 90%, and we don't perform well in the playoffs, I'm going to start asking the questions even then. If we don't make the playoffs, third place, fourth place, second place, this is a tough division, but if we don't make the playoffs and we're healthy the second half of the year and we start getting guys back and we get the team that we intended to be on the field, then I'm going to be asking some tough questions.
Let me know what you guys think. As always, I really appreciate each and every single one of you guys and your comments and your likes. Make sure to smash that like button again and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this type of video. I come out with Yankees news and updates and things like that, so make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.